Okay, we're still doing the Tribal Chronicles. I had to end the last video because I felt like I was recording for too long. I couldn't tell if I was even recording at all, but it captured like 56 minutes, so the video was almost over. I had like another 3 minutes, but it just felt like it was too absurdly long. That's what she said. No, it just felt like I was going on forever, and I wanted to make sure that it was actually done. Was fucking weird.
Here's how I allocate my energy on a job.
Skip.
Hey, there are two fungi over there! Looks like they're discussing something.
So we're at the part in the story where if we eat these mushrooms, we can connect to the Sage Lord guy. And he's like, oh, you have to go find out why my mushrooms are special.
Have you figured out how you're going to test the humans?
Of course! Any random question should do the trick. They don't look very smart to me.
Wow, cool! You green caps are so wise! Just like our Siege Lord! I'm so jealous.
Oh my god.
It's all progressing as expected. I know exactly what they're going to ask.
Why does that sound, Farina?
Oh, please, please tell us how to conduct the ceremony. And I shall respond. Nothing in life comes for free. You have two choices. Answer a question about the stars and moon above, or the dark abyss below.
And they'll say, no, I'm stumped. I can't think anymore, or my cap will explode into spores.
Oh my god.
They're humans, idiot. They don't have caps or spores.
All right. Duh.
And then I'll say, ha, you can't even answer the most basic of basic questions? Come back after you've studied for a few more decades.
Yeah. A few more decades.
Oh my god.
Of course, they're so dense, it might actually take them that long to realize that. If eating is a ritual, then obviously, the ceremony is the cooking.
I mean, obviously it's the cooking.
Did they just give us the answer?
Because they're idiots.
Who goes there? Do you think we're the dense ones? Look in the mirror, buddy.
A floating pale organism out of nowhere. My cap almost burst into spores.
No, wait, no, listen, man! At least explain yourself first!
Well, we already got what we needed.
So, we passed the test? Where's the sense of accomplishment? So much for gathering our wits. We didn't have to use our brains at all. Oh well. The important thing is, the Sage Lord of Fungi wants us to use cooking to establish a stronger mental connection with him.
That sounds right. Uncle Atoli did say, when you cook this mushroom, the higher the heat, the better the fragrance.
Right! That was the case when you grilled them in the orchard, too. Heat really does release their flavor.
If we cook them just right, maybe we'll be able to see his true form.
Okay, let's give it a try.
Sounds like a plan, Varesa.
Definitely. But we should probably explain the situation to Uncle Akato and the rest of the tribe first.
Good call. It's best for everyone to be prepared.
What the fuck was that? I think one of my roommates was freaking the fuck out. I'm gonna pretend like I didn't hear that. Do, do, do. Oh. Yeah. Damn.
Time to roll!
He gathers people from the tribe to hear Varesa's report on the mushrooms.
Okay, so it felt pretty normal in the moment, but hearing it back does sound kind of ridiculous.
This silence speaks volumes.
So, the mushrooms in the orchard are sentient. What a remarkable discovery!
Why did he say it like that fucking guy from that Penguin movie? The one who sounds like a... What the hell was it even called? There's like a Penguin movie. I can't remember the name of it right now. But like, there's like a chicken who always used to look for him and he sounded like a surfer. It's not like he said so, like...
Yeah, without your investigation, who knows what could have happened?
Thanks for looking into it, and for collecting all this information.
What a relief. I was worried it sounded like I lost my marbles.
It does sound far-fetched. After all, none of us have ever spoken to a mushroom. But we know you're not one to lie, Varesa. Besides, the origin of the green mushrooms has always been a mystery to us. Thanks to you, we now know something sinister could be going on. So, we should do our part to help.
Yeah, just let me know if there's anything I can do.
She's like, here, eat these mushrooms, and just shoves it in her face.
Wow, that didn't take much convincing.
Thanks, everyone.
Oh, wait! You said the mushrooms needed to be cooked at high heat, right? I can do that for you right now. I'll be quick.
I don't know why I was gonna say what I was gonna say. I'm glad I didn't.
Alright, I'm back. I used cast iron, so it should be hot enough.
Oh, Jesus, fuck.
Oh, it smells delicious! Suddenly Paimon's hungry again.
Well, here goes nothing.
Everybody's eating the mushrooms. Oh my god.
Wait, that's his voice!
Looks like you stumbled upon the right path. But this temperature does not demonstrate even a fraction of the sincerity I require. Did you really think some common stove could generate enough heat to earn the acknowledgement of the Sage Lord? Humans are such a disappointment. You can solve my riddles when the answers are handed to you on a silver platter, but as soon as there are no more hints, not a shred of intelligence in sight. Do try and use your brain this time.
Oh my god.
How did it go? Did you hear the voice?
Another minute of a mushroom! The Sage Lord of Fungi said the heat's still not high enough. Sage Lord of Nitpicking more like!
Still, the only way to figure out his goal is to keep playing along.
Not high enough, huh? I guess that means we need a more powerful source of heat.
Like the inside of the volcano.
Attention, everyone! We need items that can generate intense heat. Anything you can find.
I'll see what I can do.
Leave it to me.
We should take a look too.
Definitely. We're not super familiar with this area though. Do you have any ideas?
The volcano.
Nothing concrete, but we could check around the volcano. It spews out all kinds of stuff. Maybe there's something we can use.
Awesome! Let's go! Paimon's gonna find something scorching hot and then throw it in that stupid mushroom's face!
Oh, Jesus Christ. Where am I going? Oh my god. Da, 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 da. Don't do it.
Hey, there should be some avatars of lava somewhere along this path. Their cores are really hot. It might be just what we need.
You know, when you think about how everyone jumped to help us like that, it seems like your tribe has been suspicious of the green mushrooms for a while.
Yeah, but without you, we would have never gotten this far. I mean, tons of people have tried that mushroom without a weird voice talking in their head.
Right. So, even if you wanted to investigate, you had nowhere to start.
Yeah, this opportunity was a long time coming. Plus, the Sage Lord's arrogant attitude definitely triggered my tribe's competitive spirit.
Yeah, competition seems to be a thing here.
Varesa doesn't seem competitive most of the time, though. Outside of training and fighting monsters, at least.
Yeah, I don't really like fighting or competing, to be honest. Simple day-to-day happiness is what matters to me. Still, I've learned a lot from Kochian-san. She taught me that strength is a means rather than an end. We get stronger so we can use our strength when it counts. Like during the Abyss invasion. Having the training to master my vision meant that I could do something to stop it. So, no matter how scared I feel, I know I have to be brave. Because people are counting on me.
There's a certain strength deep within you.
Thanks. It's a work in progress. I can only hope that one day I can be as brave as Lady Fiatenna. All right, we should keep looking.
Oh my god.
Oh, looks like we can make this jump. That avatar of lava pushed it down. Come on, let's charge.
Charge!
Too strong!
I forgot what I was doing.
This is infuriating!
The wind rises. Know your place.
Motherfucker. Ugh.
Done and dusted. This core should be perfect. Look, the phlogiston inside it is still active.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see! Woo! Hot!
A few more chunks like this and we should be good. Come on, let's keep heading up.
I feel a little slow. It's because I'm really tired.
Hurry up, Brad, careful! 3 avatars of lava ahead!
Squall fury.
Fighting the wall. Yeah, like if I seem like a little slow, it's because I'm just very tired.
I got him cornered.
A giant weasel thief. Is there a great towering weasel thief or something?
We call it a Furnace Shell Mountain Weasel. It's very aggressive, so be careful.
Oh my god.
What a great haul! A bunch of seeing eyes, and this thing the weasel used to spew out fire!
I think that's its back armor. It shoots out phlogiston, so it can pretty much attack from all directions. My dad told me about them once. Creatures that live in the volcano. I can't believe we actually ran into one. This piece of armor might produce even higher temperatures than the seeing eyes. We'll get those mushrooms super hot this time.
Nice fighting back there, by the way.
Oh, well, even though I don't like fighting, sometimes you don't have a choice. So, I've tried to figure out a bunch of different ways to get myself in the zone.
Mm-hmm.
For example, I've read a lot of stories about heroes, and my favorite hero has always been Fiatenna, the one I mentioned before. Fiatenna's most iconic feature was her mask. So I decided to make one just like hers. So now, whenever I wear the mask, it's like there's a little piece of her with me. If I want to honor her legacy, I have no choice but to be brave. At the same time, though, I guess it's kind of like a crutch. Kind of like I'm hiding behind her strength.
Oh, you really think so?
It helps you, right? It's nothing to feel ashamed of.
Really? It's just, I feel like I need to take it off one day and face things alone. But the longer I put off taking that step, the more impossible it feels. I don't know if I have it in me.
But you were the one who decided to investigate the case, not your mask.
Yeah! You had the courage to make that decision. And that's what adventuring is all about! Hiding is just a small part of it.
Oh,
Besides, Paimon thinks you're doing a great job. Just take your time. It's not a race.
thanks for believing in me, you two. I've learned so much, and I won't give up. Not until I can face things on my own. After that pep talk, I feel like my appetite is back in full force.
You're hungry already? Paimon hasn't even finished digesting her last meal.
Come on, let's head back to the tribe. We'll earn that mushroom's recognition this time for sure.
Oh my god. The hell's too much. God, I'm just so tired. Oh, fuck. I almost would have killed her by accident. Guitarness.
We're back! And we found a bunch of stuff to use!
Great. We're almost done with the preparations at our side, too.
I've managed to get these iron chunks red hot. We should be good to go.
Yeah, and since we need really high temperatures, I brought the best stove I could find.
And I got a bunch of buckets of lava on standby if we need more fuel.
It's like we're gearing up for a fight, not cooking a few mushrooms.
Yeah, but that means we brought not your typical cooking utensils either.
Well, that mushroom started it, right, everyone? Disrespecting Varesa and our guest of honor.
Yeah, we'll see what sort of excuses it can come up with this time.
Oh my god.
Thanks for the help, everyone. It really means a lot.
Alright, let's see what we have here. Huh? The armor of a furnace shell mountain weasel? Don't tell me you went into the volcano.
No, it erupted out of nowhere, and then the weasel appeared, and then... Well, anyway, we got this in the end.
Either way, this is something special. Back when I was training to be a chef, I studied the effect of temperature on different ingredients. This kind of armor produces intense localized heat. It's great for fish because you can get a nice sear on one side without overcooking the other. Anyway, let's get started. The mushrooms are all ready to go. All right, let's go!
Oh my god.
Whoa! The fragrance is so much more intense! And what's with this weird mist? Wait, no. Something's not right.
Time to pass the fuck out. Oh my god. Gonna take you to the Mushroom Kingdom. Why the fuck? Why would you do that? Isn't the Mushroom Kingdom is like a Mario thing, right? Isn't that what it's called? Where him and Princess Peach are from? Oh my god. What? Please load. Oh my god. Ugh. Am I supposed to do something with this menu, or is it loading? I hate my touchpad because it's taking too long. We're in Sumeru, aren't we?
Where are we? Where did everyone go?
I have no idea. We just showed up here. I can't see the others anymore.
Huh? Is something wrong?
That's a cuddle! Chief, we don't know where we are!
What? I know it's hard to see through this mist, but aren't you here at the tribe with the rest of us?
So, you didn't feel anything strange?
No. What are you feeling?
This must be the Sage Lord's trick, but it's only affecting the three of us. Wilhelmina's like, what is this fucking shit? But why us and not the others?
Because you are the only worthy devotees, of course.
What a freak.
Evil jerk of a mushroom, so this is what you look like!
He's like, I'm super glowable.
He does look a bit more evil than the other mushrooms we met.
I am no longer concerned with your insolence. On the contrary, I am satisfied with your performance. So, as promised, you shall have the answers you seek.
Oh my god.
Of course, I have a goal of my own. Let me reiterate once more. The great sage lord of fungi, that would be me, is extending you the honor of becoming my subjects.
The only way anyone's serving you is on a platter!
Now, don't be hasty. It's inadvisable to speak in absolutes. You refuse only because you have yet to witness my miracles.
What the fuck?
Cherish this opportunity. It may not come again.
I swear if you turn into ether, I will chop you in half.
As you know, Tivat is not a peaceful place. The gods wage war against one another. Monsters roam the land. Humans live in squalor. But then, humanity discovered me, and learned that I could grant them unlimited power to fell even the most fearsome of enemies.
If we want to become strong, we just have to eat this!
The kids sound like a nerd.
Those monsters are no match for me!
And so, the humans worshipped me as their savior. And in return, I revealed my identity as the Sage Lord of Fungi.
You don't expect us to believe that? Besides, as far as enemies go, a few puny fungi aren't that fearsome.
Such arrogance! Take that back and apologize before I lose my temper.
You wish!
I mean, those monsters really don't look that scary. Not the kind you'd need a miracle to defeat, anyway.
You insignificant mortals boast of strength? Very well. Then prove it!
What an idiot. Oh my god, what an idiot. Oh my god, what a freaking moron. Oh my god, he can't possibly be for real right now. Feel like I'm losing my freaking mind.
Well fought! You see? You ate a fair amount of my clones, and now look what you can do. My eye for subjects is as discerning as ever.
What the f?
Huh. Weren't we insignificant mortals just a second ago? Weird.
I'll admit, you're not entirely useless, but my miracles are even greater than you can imagine.
No, don't just say that! Another cryptic one-liner and another disappearing act? It's gotta be a mushroom thing at this point. Well, what should we do? Follow him?
Yeah, let's go. I think he's trying to tell us a story, although I'm not sure if I like the plot.
Check this plot. It sucks. He's all, welcome to my dream garden where you will lose your mind. Oh, fucking shit. Oh my god, what the fuck? Hoppity hoppity hop. Slowly, slowly
I
stop.
soon became humanity's faith, and, with my power, created countless clones, with which I could bestow upon them an endless source of sustenance. Food is a scarce resource, a faith that provides for the needs of the flesh is the most practical and noble of all. And as my subjects gave themselves in service, either as civilians or warriors, I rewarded them with mushrooms in proportion to their contribution. The most exceptional among them could receive as many as 20 mushrooms a day.
That's it?
What are you insinuating? Are mushrooms not enough?
Clearly fucking not, bro.
Well, it's possible people couldn't afford to be picky back then.
Yeah, but now even Saurians have more options than that.
Sustenance and strength. Such are the pillars of faith. So what do you think? A pretty enticing offer, wouldn't you agree?
No.
Once you become my subjects, all you have to do is build a civilization dedicated to the mushrooms. And then...
I want to know what happened next. Hold on.
What do you mean, what happened next?
Right. If the humans dedicated themselves in service to you, then shouldn't you have your own tribe at this point? Or even your own nation? But I've read a lot of woven scrolls about the heroes of Natlan, and I've never come across anything about some kind of mushroom savior.
Of course not. I was in a different nation at the time. I don't suppose you know their history, too.
We've been to Sumeru.
Yeah, and we didn't hear anything about a mushroom civilization.
I never said it was Sumeru. I have no idea where that assumption is coming from.
Because fungi are creatures from Sumeru. The buildings from your vision support that.
A trivial detail. You know what? You don't deserve to know what happened next.
Then you don't deserve our faith either.
Yeah, if you want us to respect you, stop being so secretive.
True. If we don't know how the story ends, it doesn't hold much weight now, does it?
All right, fine. Same rules as before. If you want the truth, you'll have to use your wits to earn it. If you fail to prove your worth, good luck getting another detail out of me.
He ran off. Come on, after him.
Oh. Uh-huh. Right.
What the fuck? Green orbs of Dazel's past. Oh, yeah. Fucking slow jumping. He's like, follow me down this rabbit hole of a fucking what the
He
fuck?
jumped down from here. So it looks like we just need to... Is something wrong, Traveler?
There's something off about his motive.
Off? How?
That's how I feel too. Based on his personality, if he won't tell us how things turned out in the end, it must be because it's not something he can brag about. Besides, how did he even get from Sumeru to Natlan? Seems like he's avoiding that subject too. And through it all, he still hasn't given up on recruiting us. Even though he's in for a rude awakening.
Yeah. He seemed pretty annoyed with our questions. Why not just kick us to the curb?
He must be in dire need of subjects, and it has to be the three of us.
But why?
Let's go after him and keep an eye out for clues along the way.
Alright, sounds like a plan. Let's go!
He's like, I want 3 women. I want 3 women all at the same time. What a fucking freak. What a fucking freak. I'm gonna sit in your damn chair. Yeah. Yeah, this is definitely Sumeru. Look at these fucking buildings, you fuck Kimmy. Like, this is obviously Sumeru. Come the fuck on. He's all, follow me down the rabbit hole, Alice. Yeah, I'll do that. Considering that is my name. Or my nickname, rather. Yeah, these loading screens are absurdly long. All side-scroller. What am I doing?
Catch me if you can! If you can figure out which way to go, of course.
Absolutely insufferable! Come on, let's find him!
What a loser.
Leave this to me. I'll clear a path for you.
Side-scroller. I never really liked side-scrollers.
I think we can get these mushrooms to form a path. We just need to wait for the right timing.
Fuck me!
Oh!
Ugh.
Time
That's what I should have did.
Get a load of this!
Don't worry about me.
Damn it, no.
I've got this.
Don't fuck. I wanted her to grab the wall, but when you're in a scripted area, they don't really work. Eat, eat, eat. Oh my god. Get up there. Get the fuck up there. I'm stuck. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, she can run on water, but hold on. Like, I need to wait for that skill to recharge. Like, I've never been a fan of side-scrollers, but this one's okay.
Jump up.
Dragon Express. Dragon Express. Dragon Express. Let me go. That's what I was calling these in the other world quest I was doing. Like part 573 all the way to 579.
Alright, this should be good. Get ready and jump!
Now? What the fuck was that?
Backed into a corner, huh?
You've nowhere to escape.
We've got you this time!
Land on him.
Ow! Well, that hurt, you know. You humans have such violent tendencies.
Boy, I'm gonna cook you up and eat you.
Not again. Although, I think I pulled something off of him.
Yeah, you can see it glowing in her hand.
A ball of mist! Oh no, it's spreading!
They're gonna eat us!
That must be...
Gonna eat us! Eat us! Ungrateful humans! At this rate, I won't have any clones left. The more my clones are consumed, the less power I have. Oh, the situation grows dire. Why must the humans eat so much? My power is all but spent, but it was still enough to control a single human at least. Now all of Sumero knows how scrumptious my mushrooms are. So if I want to grow, I must relocate. And if I want it to happen fast, I need suitable environmental conditions. You! Take me somewhere hot. The hotter the better.
Yes, my lord.
Oh.
Is this the place, human?
Yes. This is a volcano in a land far to the west. The temperatures here get very high. It should be a most suitable location for your lordship to regain his strength. I shall now find a good place to plant you, my lord, so that your mycelial majesty may take root in this fertile land.
Yes, proceed. Huh? An earthquake? No, a volcanic eruption!
So that's how it ended. No wonder you tried to hide it from us. It's pretty embarrassing.
I thought he said people formed communities around this mushroom and used it as their main source of food.
Yeah, but it looks like his following got too big and he couldn't keep up with the demand.
Huh. He used the mushrooms as his main recruitment tactic. But then, the situation got out of control.
And it seems like his power is proportional to the number of clones he has.
Which means the more mushrooms the humans ate, the less powerful he became, right?
Wow. So his following didn't last long.
Nope, which explains why there aren't any records about some kind of mushroom civilization. In the end, he mind-controlled a human to bring him to Natlan and then got buried under a pile of volcanic rocks.
Yeah. For who knows how long. When we were talking to him earlier, he seemed kind of, out of touch, you know?
Well, he has been living under a rock, so that checks out. But clearing out this area for your orchard finally allowed him to start regaining his power.
Yeah, that sounds right. My parents always thought it was so weird that mushrooms kept popping up around the orchard no matter what we did. Now it makes sense. Wait, but if everything we saw is true, that means this mushroom has mind control powers or something? That's a recipe for disaster.
Hold on. Do you remember what he showed us? A group of humans worshipping a giant mushroom. It just doesn't make sense. They must have been mind controlled. But when he started running out of power, he couldn't keep it up.
Oh, yeah. Maybe that's why he doesn't seem to be able to control us either.
I understand now, but why it has to be us?
Oh? Why?
I'll explain on the way. I need to catch him to confirm my theory.
Alright, then let's find this mushroom.
Together in the mushroom kingdom. Oh, what the fuck? Okay. Yeah, it's weird because it's still side-scroller. Am I supposed to do that? Nothing can phase Paimon at this point. Doof! I almost went a little too fast. Oh yeah, that looks like...
Can't fool me! Target acquired.
Very sure about that. Yeah, sometimes the text gets stuck at the bottom of my screen. Him getting hit in the face is kind of funny. Kind of makes me wonder what the new voice actor is going to sound like, because these are still the old lines. He only has new lines when you encounter him in new events. All of his old voice lines still exist. Oh, what the
Far enough! Unsightly insects!
Heads up!
So you made it this far. Impressive. In that case,
He cut himself off.
He hid himself in the statue. What should we do? Actually,
Break it.
That checks out. We're just gonna smash it, right? Cool.
Questionable. Super break.
We got you this time, nasty mushroom. We know all your schemes.
Maybe try hiding them a bit better next time.
We thought you were just a mushroom that happened to taste good. But now we know how dangerous you are, so we have to stop you.
it would seem you're not completely devoid of intelligence. Fitting for my future subjects. Still, you're overlooking a very important detail. Did you think I was running away because I was scared? Oh, this is a world of my creation. My will rules supreme.
Oh my god.
My schemes have been exposed, you say. No matter. My goal has already been achieved.
What?
Although I prefer to call myself the Sage Lord of Fungi, in the human tongue, I am known by another name. You now behold the god Bifrons, the sole protagonist in this endless carnage!
So you're a god.
Indeed, foolish, shallow, and ungrateful humans! Have you forgotten your savior during this time of war? I am the god who's protecting countless of your kind during this Archon War. You have no food in which to satiate your hunger, no means with which to counter the hordes of monsters. And the gods loom overhead, capable of reducing you to ashes with a simple snap of their fingers.
I'm friends with all the gods, though.
Just one word, and you could have had my protection. But now, that opportunity is lost forever, and you only have your own stupidity and arrogance to blame. No matter, my plan has already succeeded. What you saw when you cooked the mushrooms was not mist, but spores, set to sprout into green mushrooms very soon. And that's where their true power lies. Because, given a bit of time to grow, green mushrooms will multiply exponentially. You see, considering my current level of power, I had no way to create large number of clones. Unless, of course, I had access to a source of extreme heat, and you delivered one to me on a silver platter. That was my plan all along.
So, you kept running away from us because you needed to buy time?
Precisely. Before long, the green mushrooms will multiply at an unstoppable rate, allowing me to return to the peak of my power. Then, I shall reclaim my dignity and status as a god, achieve victory in the Archon War, and take revenge on Sumeru.
You have no concept of time, do you? Newsflash, the Archon War is old news, buddy.
Nonsense! Is that not the source of your suffering? All I hear in this land is war of this and war of that. If you fear the Archon War, all the more reason to cower behind the protection of a god.
Oh my god.
Pretty sure they're talking about the war against the Abyss.
Huh?
The Archon War? I guess I've heard about that once or twice, but only from Outlanders.
Ha! I see what's going on here. You're using lies and trickery to befuddle me. You know, my original plan was to imprison you here until the end of time. But now, I have a better idea. Once nothing is left of this land but an endless field of mushrooms, I'll set you free. You get the honor of witnessing that despair in person. Now, I was going to offer you a glimmer of hope by allowing you to pledge yourselves to me and take on the burden of managing my kingdom.
Oh my fucking god.
But now, the deal is off.
It was an empty deal from the start.
What did you say?
We weren't chosen because you saw something in us. We were your only option.
The Traveler explained everything. The only reason I could hear you is because I've eaten so many mushrooms over the years.
Yeah, and Paimon ate a whole bunch during the competition. Paimon's small, so it didn't take as many mushrooms for her to be affected.
And I happen to have a special constitution, which made it easier to hear your voice.
Point being, most people would have to eat a monstrous amount of mushrooms to even hear you over the buzz of a mosquito. So you latched onto us as a group of people who can actually hear your voice. In other words...
You're too weak.
You said your mushrooms need time to grow, which means you don't have enough power to keep us here.
I may not have my former strength, but keeping a few humans right where I want them is a small task. Unless you think you can take on a creature as vicious and powerful as the Jade Plume Terrashroom.
I've annihilated him many times.
Because you definitely can't.
Forget about him.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah, if he was telling the truth, we need to get back to the tribe as soon as possible.
No! You must be bluffing! A few measly humans couldn't possibly be that powerful! And what's this about a war against the Abyss? Hey! I want answers!
Paimon's not gonna waste one more word on this guy. Let's go!
Hazel. I once was a blonde woman, but then I became an attractive man. What the fuck? Can you imagine waking up one day and suddenly you're Hazo? I'd be like, the fuck is happening? That wouldn't be ideal. I mean, he's attractive and everything, but I think I like being a woman, thank you. I'd rather stay as I am. I like being a woman. I'm proud to be one. I'd rather not be one than anything at all. You know what I mean? Like, I'd rather be one than not at all.
What should we do?
Don't be. It's just a few mushrooms. Uncover!
ready to feast!
It's your time to shine, Varesa.
More, please!
What a great meal! Thanks, everyone. I feel like a whole new me.
And with that, we took care of all the green mushrooms. Now, care to tell me what happened earlier? It was lights out for all three of you.
You tell the chief everything that happened.
Someone planted a god in Varesa's orchard, and she's been eating it ever since.
Yeah, we know not every god that's still around is super strong, but this one reached a whole new low.
I can't imagine the bar getting any lower than that.
Also, didn't he have his facts all wrong? He kept going on about some kind of Archon War.
Well, Natlan was never part of the Archon War, so it rarely comes up around these parts. It makes sense that you don't know much about it, Varesa.
Whoa, hold on. Are you serious?
Of course. The infighting between the dragons pretty much took over everything. So there was no room for the gods to join in.
Makes sense.
Yep, that checks out. Living under a rock all those years, Mushroom God wakes up, thinking it's still the Archon War, and tries to use that to convince people to worship him.
Little did he know, our lives are much better now than in the Age of the Dragons.
So what do we do now? It can't be easy to slay a god.
I guess it's back to business as usual. As long as we keep picking the green mushrooms, that god is just a tasty mushroom at the end of the day. Actually, Trevor? Can I borrow you for a minute?
Sure.
Alright, here's good. So, it's not anything super important. I just wanted to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Your encouragement gave me the courage to investigate the green mushrooms and help me resolve a threat to my tribe. And maybe this sounds weird considering everything, but it was a really awesome adventure. I had fun.
Me too. It's an adventure I'll remember for a long time.
Oh, why's that?
Got a chance to sign, and it was all you through and through.
You're right. I never thought my appetite would save the day. It's pretty surreal. But it's like you said, all it takes is a little patience and perseverance, and my time will come. If I start to doubt myself in the future, all I need to do is think of this experience and everything I've learned along the way.
Yep, and you got this.
Hey, you too!
Hello.
Akata was saying that since a scholar from Sumeria warned the tribe about the mushrooms, someone there must know about the mushroom god.
Let's ask Nahida.
Should we go check it out? Couldn't hurt to get more information.
Oh, good point. But if we're heading to the academia, I need to get permission from Uncle Kato first.
Right, and it's not a quick trip. We have to cross the whole desert.
Who knows? Maybe there's a Sumeru scholar in Natlan right now.
Good idea. Let's check it out.
Can you imagine that though? Waking up as fucking Hazo? Well, I'm pretty sure if you woke up looking like that, a lot of people would be happy. Like, I'm pretty sure there's men somewhere who would wake up looking like that and be like, holy shit, I'm attractive. I don't know what I would do. I'd be like, what the fuck? I'd be looking for a way to get my real form back. I like being a woman if it's all the same to you. I mean, Hazo's attractive, but I don't know if I'd want to look like him. That's fucking weird. Hello, Catherine. Sharing the story, Catherine heads to the speaker's chamber to check out their
Oh, Catherine's back! And isn't that Tainari?
Tainari, what are you doing in Natlan?
Word from the speaker's chamber was that an Emerta scholar happened to be conducting research in the area. So they helped me to get in touch.
He's a botanist.
It's been a while, you two. So you're the ones looking into the Sage Lord of Fungi?
Yep, you're an expert, so you must know all about him, right?
Of course. To those in the Emerta Darshan, his case is a well-known part of the ecological history, rather. His power is tied to his numbers of clones, so at one point he possessed a truly fearsome form, but as his clones diminished in number, he got smaller and smaller until he couldn't hold on to physical form at all. And so he became impossible to track. Scholars could only keep tabs on him by monitoring what remains of his clones. Now I'm learning his true form fled to Natlan.
Yeah, the mushrooms started popping up in our orchard not too long ago.
Well, from what I've heard, he has very few clones right now, so there's nothing to worry about. Feel free to use the mushrooms as you see fit. They really are delicious. Of course, in the interest of research, I would prefer to send a few scholars from my darshan to monitor the situation every so often. What do you say? I wanted to get your permission before submitting a form request to the speaker's chamber.
Of course! You're welcome anytime! That's a huge help, actually. I wanted to ask, though, you said what remains of his clones? Does that mean there are clones outside of Natlan? Even now?
Oh yes, there's a huge one beneath the chasm. Oh my god.
Samurai?
Yeah, I remember that one, and he talked to me, but I thought it was a woman.
You know that name?
Yes.
Yeah, Hana calls it Sheesh Room. It's absolutely huge! Way more impressive than the puny Sage Lord.
It took a long time for Shamaran to grow into this form. Luckily, Shamaran isn't a green cat mushroom, so there's no danger to us. And I believe its mind has been separated from the mushroom god for a very long time. I doubt there's a connection between them anymore.
We should go see Samurai one of these days!
Ooh, I'll come. It'll be nice to interact with a friendly mushroom for once.
I always thought Shamaran was a female. Am I wrong? Friendly is right. So this one is definitely not for eating.
I would never.
Is that a hint? Do they want me to go there? No, seriously. Is that a hint? I'm curious. Well, at least they gave me some things I needed to ascend her a few times.